All right, so let me raise this up here. And yeah, all right, so when it comes down to game reviews, I do enjoy the Seth reviews so much. Like, I bought Endless Space 2 because of his reviews on it, but if I'm being quite honest here, I did recently uninstall it only because I wanted more storage and I wanted to play more CRPGs. And because I'm going to be out of work soon for at least a couple weeks, just in time for the holidays and my birthday, I am going to be playing that new Rogue Trader game when it releases, and I'm not sure how I'm going to tackle that because I know CRPGs are very involved. But I'm staring at this and the memes, it's crazy. So yeah, let me go full screen on this. Yeah, I'm sorry I'm blocking your beautiful face, but all right. Do I want to up the volume? Do I want to? Yeah, yeah. We might as well get started. Quasimorph. I have no idea what it is, but it says Schizo Edition. So I am excited. I am super excited. And yeah. Let's just get started.
Hey, Lactation Nation. Seth
I'm
here.
sorry.
In the
What?
not-so-distant future, man no longer fears the tyranny of a state, as sovereign nations have been abolished. For we found the best form of government.
Never played Far Cry 2.
Anarcho-capitalism. Whenever
I'm sorry, what?
anarcho-capitalism is mentioned to me in conversation, it's usually followed by repealing the age of consent. But in this case, it simply means everything and everyone in this entire solar system is corporate property. Quasimorph is an early access roguelike where you take the role of Magnum PMC, a private military contractor with flexible morality that does work for the highest bidder. The twist is, the world is over.
I would definitely
Judgment
pick this.
Day is here, and we're all going to die. And we've chosen to profit from the chaos. But first, a word from our sponsor, because I got.
I'm sorry.
Bread.
You got a sponsor from
Sorry,
this?
guys. My PC crashed again. I had a
Oh my
single
God.
Chrome tab open, so my computer
I
caught
thought that was
fire,
mine.
burned down my house, and killed my wife's son. Thankfully, today's video is sponsored by Opera GX. It's no small secret that modern web browsers are massive resource hogs. They always say, just upgrade your rig, bro. But you know what? No. I'm using Opera's GX control.
I'm sorry. I need to comment on this. I downloaded Opera GX. I have, and it has done nothing for me. I don't know if I have to actually mess with this or not, but like I I don't know how to work that, okay? Bro, Felix, I haven't watched the second season of was it ReZero? Yeah. God.
Control feature to limit how much CPU and RAM the browser can use, so I can game uninterrupted no matter how many memory leaks Elon adds to Twitter. Opera GX is extremely moddable. Check out this one that I made. I've heard your cries, your demands. More, Seth. We want more, Seth. Now you've got me with every single keystroke. I'll be there, stroking right alongside you. Oh, you don't like that? You just want the themed wallpaper? Opera GX once again has you covered. You can fully customize which features come from which mods. And with a plethora of excellent mods on the store page, your browser can be whatever you want it to be. Check this out. By tweaking the music, keyboard sounds, tab sounds, theme, wallpaper, and custom shader, I've created the ultimate web browsing experience. Music.
Oh my God.
This browser sounds pretty cool and all, but switching browsers is such a pain.
What is
Worry
with this
not.
meme?
Opera GX has an import tool to quickly download all your settings, history, bookmarks, and passwords in just one click. Use my link to download Opera GX today and say goodbye to all those pesky, boring, other browsers. To answer the question, what is a quasimorph? Sometimes the most accurate
Please
answer
explain
is the
this.
schizophrenic one. The setting of quasimorph stems from the esoteric metamythos.
Hold on. I've heard of this. But where have I heard of this from? Okay, I'm hopefully he's not going to explain it. He's not. He's just this is as much information we're going to get about this. Let me actually hide myself here. Yeah, this is as much information he's about to give us with this. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
Of Daniil Andreev in his book Rose of a World, which describes Shadanakar, or the systems of parallel worlds connected to Earth. These concentric layers are Brahmaturas, the superimposition, influence, and overlap of which formulate together to create existence. At least I think so. Quasimorph is an intruder stepping in from another reality, and unfortunately, the veil between worlds is weakest between your chest cavity. Quasimorph is a turn-based survival extraction shooter, or in other words, 2D Escape from Tarkov, except fun. The principle is very simple. We take out a contract and send in one of our agents. If they die, no problem. They're not really any more people than they are proprietary neuro imprints. We license their consciousness, and we bioprint as many replacements necessary for total client satisfaction. You're free to take jobs from any of the major corporations, including the Quasimorphs. We may be locked in an existential war for humanity.
Okay, so, wait, I'm pausing a lot. But he said this is a roguelike, right? So, is this a situation where, there's going to be an alternate ending where I'm guessing they're called Quasimorphs. I'm not sure. But are they going to rebel against their owners, if we can even call them that?
But that doesn't stop me from holding stock in Sectland. Rapture is coming, but homie, I got some great dividends. And you start with a favorable reputation. After all, you did help them entrench into this reality. You start a mission by selecting an active contract around the planet or moon you're currently orbiting. This requires you to select a mercenary, a class, and a loadout for the mission, after which you're deployed into hostile territory. Anyone you see, anything that moves, is kill on sight. An entire mission is 2 to 4 levels.
Is it?
If you change your mind midway and call the shuttle, fuel is expensive, so it's cheaper to let you die. The only way to extract the objective, which can be espionage, station defense, sabotage, elimination, or conquest. If you die anywhere in between, you lose everything. And I assure you.
So is it just one tap kill?
Any consolation?
Is that what this
I died
is?
during the tutorial because I picked up a knife, selected amputate, and clicked on my head. Each deployment, you're on a timer. The more time you spend and the more blood you spill, the higher your level of
Oh, okay, so they can pass through. Wait, I might like this. Actually. Like, just... Yeah. I love games like this. And if this is turn-based, then that's so much easier, unless they do it simultaneously and if they do that, and if that's an option, then that's a fucking dumb option. But I like this. Actually. I've played a game like this before. It was one of the Apple game things where it was like, it wasn't a Final Fantasy clone, but it was from Square Enix, and they had the same type of combat. But yeah, I might have to actually buy this.
Higher your level of quasimorphosis. Quasimorphosis measures the probability of ecolapse, where, upon death, the host explodes and a quasimorph phases in. The severity of the situation is described in the bottom right. Somnia, no events. Grasp, occasional ecolapse. Intrusion, music changes, ecolapse and aggression increase. Plenum, spontaneous ecolapse. Alteration, the entire floor is coming. Qmorphose, music changes to its highest intensity. Every host in the
are those
explodes.
just
And finally,
additional creatures?
Rapture. If you want to live, you'll keep this number as low as possible. Naturally, there's only a few ways to do this. Drinking vodka, smoking Newports, and injecting morphine. Each time you move, you consume calories. At higher weights, this is 9 calories per step. This is what Americans really believe. And to avoid starvation, we need a steady supply of slop. But when the food runs out, I want you to consider alternative sources. When I consume my enemies, is it really cannibalism? For that implies I considered them human to begin with. Unfortunately, human flesh will raise your quasimorphosis. You delay one death and accelerate another. However, if you find a crafting bench and an empty tin,
Bro.
you can turn that long pig into gourmet dinner, which will no longer cause quasimorphosis.
What?
The implication being that it's not about devouring your fellow man, it's about table manners. Disclaimer, they patched the canned meat. It's so over. On the other hand, they improved the crafting bench so much you have no idea. We are so back. In general, the crafting bench will save a lot of your early game runs. Don't sleep on it. Improvised toilet grenades clear rooms, makeshift batteries power autodocs and floor scanners. Completing a mission gives rewards.
These are words that I don't
importantly,
understand.
reputation. You can land any corporate asset so long as it's friendly and exchange goods for equipment. And if you're completely broke but friendly with Seclan, you can even exchange yourself by amputating your own limbs. This is not a joke. It's a completely valid strategy to potato peel your digits, offer them at the Fevered Temple, regenerate your limbs on the ship, and do it all over again. It's not efficient, but we can no longer exploit blood bag synthesis. They caught on to us, boys. It was good while it lasted. Speaking of which, the Magnum can fabricate almost everything, so long as you have the proprietary item chip. These are effectively a perpetual license, and are so incredibly valuable that finding one during a mission is a valid reason for evacuation. There's also class and mind chips, which unlock classes and mercenaries respectively. If you mouse over a chip and you see the words data miner, you've officially hit the jackpot. You can do whatever you want, but remember, your actions have consequences. Supporting a corporation will accelerate their growth and technology. If you want top shelf gear, great. But if you turn against them in the future, you're not going to be facing wage slaves and general managers. You'll be facing rival PMCs and their own special forces. So I encourage you, pick a side, any side, and stick to it. There's a lot of minor corporations, but for the sake of time, here's the big players. SBN, social media monopoly. They own Twitter, the best energy rifles, and the lightest armor. Realware, industrial mega manufacturer. Carnage Pattern is objectively the coolest armor, and they produce the highest RPM ballistics. Ancom, entertainment and research conglomerate. They make the most versatile armor, the best snipers, and the experimental HFC, this game's equivalent of Doom's BFG. Testlab, Quasimorphs from Venus that'll make you rage quit at least several times. Everything is Aztec, from the design to the desire for human organs. And finally, the Civil Resistance. These are terrorists that hope to bring about something even worse than Judgment Day. A return to national sovereignty.
I knew it.
They hive mind themselves into a cluster of consciousness known as a call node. In effect, they have achieved working communism. Anyway, you understand the politics of our PMC. Let's return to the actual mechanics. It's very tempting to finish the tutorial and go straight to the moon. Somehow, I avoided this so I didn't get filtered by a wheelchair. Quasimorphosis is unique to each planet because they're subject to the influence of a different Brahmfatura. Venus, Ganix, Mercury, Shartamacum, and the Earth's moon, Dugur. Mars and its moons have absentia, which means there is no quasimorphosis. So, if you're starting off, I recommend Mars. If you're learning, try Mercury and Venus. And if you know what you're doing, go to the moon. That doesn't mean any single location is safe, and death is around every corner. Most common cause of death? Flamethrowers, not in the hands of enemies, but myself. An entire
that sounds about right.
In a flash because some unpaid worker amputated your neck with a circular saw. I assumed the weapon was busted, so I tried it myself, in a straight line, where it ricocheted and cut my legs clean off. When you take damage, you get injuries, which have to be treated, or they get infected. And
oh
if
my
there's no
god.
antibiotics on hand, well, it has to go. Secondly, the most common cause of getting filtered, pain shock. If you take too much damage too quickly, you get stunned and lose a turn. Both systems are universal. If you shoot something hard enough, they'll get stunned from the shock. If you cause injury, you can run away as they bleed to death. And if you amputate a critical organ, they might just die instantaneously. The number of action points you can take per turn is based on your move setting. At any time, you can switch between sneak, normal, and run. Sneak is one action point, but can detect the position of nearby enemies, use your inventory, and interact with nearby objects at no cost. Normal is 2 action points, and run is free. However, while running, you can't open your inventory and take a severe penalty to your accuracy. Peak performance requires that you abuse the system. Opening a door, switch to sneak, see enemies, switch to normal, and toss a grenade, before switching back and locking it on the same turn. A lot of players have a tendency to go autopilot in sneak mode and just die without explanation. What usually happens is they turn a sharp corner, get their shit blasted in, but because they have a single action point, point, they go into pain shock, which rolls over to the next turn, where they get shot again, and repeat the process until they die. The
Yeah,
whole point of
I
running
feel like
is
I
to
would
face
die
check,
that way.
understand your tools, and you'll find this to be a very satisfying tactical experience. I used to have complaints about this game, but after so many hours, I can tell you, if you die, it's a skill issue. I have a brain parasite, and it forces me to play this game at 2 times speed cheat engine. That's a personal choice. I also use a macro to amputate every corpse. After 100 hours playtime, that's a necessity. Classes work like a perk system, and each mercenary has an intrinsic perk. This unique ability combines with your class of choice to create vastly different play styles.
Okay.
For example, Percy comes with +5 to all resistance. Outfitted with full carnage pattern, he's the only person in the game that can set himself on fire and not take damage. And after putting him in Phoenix Brigade, I can shoot a single round of incendiary ammunition and burn down half the map. In general,
Yes!
you pick a mercenary that suits your playstyle. Do you want to feast on human flesh? Play Isabella, because she's immune to infection. Even better, put her as Eclipse Blaze and turn your cannibalism into a one-hit kill. Are you tired of getting stun locked?
What?
Try Maximilian, because he doesn't feel pain. Would you like a slower pace? Play Mirza, because her caloric needs are 40% of everyone else. Are you tired of scraping by? Would you like to quadruple everyone's inventory to the point where every enemy contains 2 flavors of ramen and a pack of Lucky Strikes? Play Tunnel Rats and experience the greatest whiplash in difficulty, as everything that doesn't die to your shotgun gets knocked back into the void of space. I've discussed builds. Let's talk about guns, because there's a lot of them. If you want to kill enemies, you need to beat their resistance, and the type of damage you do is based on the ammunition.
Oh,
Flamethrowers and energy
okay.
rifles cook organics, but have no effect on cyborgs. In contrast, the buckshot of a shotgun will cut them to pieces. Most armor stops the blunt
So-
impact of a 9mm, but a 7.
Okay, so do you have... So is this a situation where you have to manually, like, switch out your gun out of your inventory? So you have to go into stealth, switch that... Is that how it works? Like, am I right in thinking that? Like, you have your gun out, you're hitting an encounter, you run away, go into stealth, change out your inventory, and then switch out to the right gun for the situation? Am I correct in that assumption? Because that would make sense and not be contrived and bullshit. Right? Right? Am I right on this?
97 from an assault rifle will pierce right through.
Okay.
Quasimorphic weapons deal cold. Even if you're fully equipped, the full burst of a serpent's mouth will send you straight back to the menu.
Damn.
Its poison was previously neglected, now it's a complete menace. Also, there's turrets. They're incredibly useful for defense missions, and because an enemy ran right up to your face, shooting you in the crossfire. And
Ha!
you might be asking yourself, what's that little icon on the bottom right?
Was not paying
Don't
attention.
worry about it. Anyways, I forgot how to structure
Wait,
this
what?
video. So in conclusion, I
Wait,
give this game a
wait.
be asking yourself, what's that little icon on the bottom right?
Skull Project.
Don't worry
What is that?
about it. Anyways, I forgot how to structure this video. So in conclusion, I give this game a self-inflicted out of 10. It's amazing. I know it's early access, but there's a lot of content already, and you can easily sink 80 hours on just
Why
the
would
main
you hit
gameplay loop.
no?
There's an impressive roadmap. and
Why would you
features to
hit
come
no?
That I cannot disclose at this time because I promised I wouldn't tell. As always, more content to come next year because I gotta see my family. Merry Christmas! A warm thanks to the many members of the Merchants Guild generously funding and bankrolling these videos consistently for several years. You're all
There's
truly
a lot of
wonderful,
video
and you
left.
give me more than I deserve, and you won't stop asking me to take your money, so I will. In exchange, enjoy the outro.
Okay, yeah, we're definitely skipping this because there's a reason why this is here. Not gonna lie, music is incredible. All right, come on. Of course.
If you're interested,
Yeah.
there's a 20% sale on GOG. A special thanks
Wait.
to the autistic interested.
Quasimorph. Quasimorph. I thought that said Quasimorph. Quasimorph. Okay.
20% sale on GOG. A special thanks to the autistic Japanese man who tailored me this Mibeke suit. If you're interested in anything from a Democratic Republic of Congo military suit to a BDSM outfit, I've linked his Patreon in the description below. By the
Okay.
way, in case you're wondering, what's the most expensive part of his suit? It's the snake skin. Have a merry 2024, and I'll see you all next year.
Hey, okay. Yeah, that was cool. It was cool. All right. So, I enjoyed that. Wait, how much does this game cost? I know he put this up like 4 days ago, but there's been a lot of sales on things. Steam. Vamos. All right, $17. Which. Oh wait, it is on sale right now. Okay, so it's normally 20. Sale ends on the 11th, but the Quasimorph is cheaper. Okay, so you save like at least it's like $18 now, roughly. DLC supporter pack. Who really buys those packs? I'm not gonna lie, I accidentally buy those packs all the time. But yeah, would I pick this up though? I probably would. I probably would pick this up and then play it for like 45 minutes and then completely forget about it. Yeah, that sounds a lot like what I would do. But yeah, I am going to have a lot more videos up because again, it seems like I'm going to be out of work for a couple weeks myself. But yeah, sub to the gaming channel. I will be putting up Rogue Trader videos most likely on the 7th when it comes out. I'm not going to be able to stream it because I still have to work that Thursday and Friday. But yeah, that's pretty much it.